Jara. For a limited time, when you recharge for 2 months, you get upgraded to the next bouquet free. That's more spots, more movies, more kids shows, more entertainment at no extra cost. Over Jara. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Hotels abound everywhere, but when you're looking for a cozy, comfortable, luxury, and environment that will take you to the zenith of your expectations, AMT Presidential Hotels is the place. The rooms are designed to be your home away from home. We have services, both bar, room, and kitchen are all 24 hours. We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool and our gym to keep your body fit. Our staff are excellent as they welcome you with royalty. Come shake your body as our nightclub opens every Friday with Asu Barbecue. Asuya joints available all day. We have a whole capacity of about 1,500 for your occasions. Welcome to AMT Presidential Hotels, Kilometer 5, Ilesha, Owo Expressway, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 081 46 33 5949 and also 1222 6282. AMT Presidential Hotels. Comfort and class redefined.
Good evening and welcome on another edition of News Diary. News Diary is the compilation of fresh reports and some of the ones that made headlines in the course of the week. We'll go on a short break. News Diary returns with the news of the day. The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has called on Nigerians to embrace peace, tolerance and mutual respect across religious and ethnic lines as Christians celebrate Easter. In a message, Akpabio urged citizens to reflect on the values of love, unity and peaceful coexistence embodied in the resurrection of Jesus Christ as he extends warm Easter greetings to Christians in Nigeria and worldwide. He has also charged Nigerians to work collectively towards building a nation where everyone can live in peace, harmony and prosperity. While acknowledging the country's security challenges, Akpabio expressed confidence that Nigeria will overcome them through collective effort, understanding and prayers for a brighter future, noting that President Bola Tinubu and the armed forces are working relentlessly to address insecurity across the country. Akpabio also condoled with families affected by terrorist and bandit attacks, particularly the recent killings in Jos, and prayed for God's mercy on the victims and comfort for the bereaved families. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has dismissed the circulating press release claiming that the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination had been postponed, describing it as malicious and fake. In a statement issued, the board warned candidates to disregard the false notice. JAMB had previously revealed that the main 2026 UTME is scheduled to hold from Thursday, April 16 to Saturday, April 25, 2026. The clarification follows the 2026 UTME mock examination conducted on Saturday, March 28, which faced technical challenges at several computer-based test centers. A total of 224,597 candidates registered for the mock, of which 152,586 successfully sat for the test across 989 CBT centers nationwide. Over 20 CBT centers that experienced technical challenges have been delisted due to technical inadequacies. Up next is Sports Updates with Peter Oibo as our guide.
The third edition of the National Para Games Abuja 2026 ended on Friday with Enugu State emerging as overall champions. Bayelsa State finished as runner-ups, while Edo State secured third place. At the closing ceremony, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, represented by the wife of the Vice President Nana Shettima, described the games as a powerful tool for national integration and inclusivity, with the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, expressing satisfaction with the competition, noting that its goal of discovering and nurturing new talent is firmly on track.
This commitment was further demonstrated with the appointment of a presidential aide on the stability matter to help ensure the stability in Nigeria.
So we have set a standard. So we hope we can only be building on this, but it's also the support and the kind of push we are getting from the president.
Elsewhere, the Lagos State government has honored teenage autism advocate and Guinness World Record holder Keya Chukwutabo Okeke for his remarkable achievement in endurance cycling and autism awareness. The 16-year-old cyclist who completed a 687-kilometer journey from Enugu to Lagos was received at the Lagos House Marina as part of activities marking the World Autism Awareness Day.
We're proud of you, of the man that you're turning to. But more importantly, you have touched lives.
Autism is not a disease. Autism is a condition that needs to be managed.
In another development in the Nigerian Premier Football League, match day 33 features see relegated Trenton Wiki Tourist host underperforming giant Eyimba as Nasarawa United face Kun Khalifat FC, while Katsina United meet Niger Tornadoes. Other crucial features across the country will see teams battle for continental spot and fight to avoid relegation. In England, the FA Cup quarterfinals take center stage this weekend with Manchester City facing Liverpool in a heavyweight clash, while Chelsea take on Port Vale. Southampton also go head-to-head with Arsenal all on Saturday. Then on Sunday, West Ham United battle Leeds United for the semi-final spot. With Sport Update, Peter Oibu, NTA News.
You're still watching News Diary. We shall go on another break. News Diary returns shortly.
Aspiring to be a student of the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University Zaria to no avail? Worry no more, as you can gain entry through NTA Television College Jos, an affiliate of the renowned Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, where eligible candidates with a JAMB admissible scores of not less than 180 and 100 scores, and with 5 credits O-level in social sciences including English and mathematics, can turn their passion in broadcasting to profession by applying for a BSc in Mass Communication and MBTE approved innovation diploma courses in film and television production, broadcast journalism, and television engineering, respectively. The college, as a training herb with a pedigree of professionalism in the media space, also offers specialized courses in other related fields. For more information, visit our website at www.ntatvc.edu.ng or contact 080-33 834 343 and 080-69 809 897. Announcer Management.
You're welcome back. Don't forget you can also watch us live on social media via our handles on Facebook and YouTube at Nta Akure. Now to some of the reports that made headlines in the course of the week. Governor Olokirimi Aiyedatiwa during the week flagged off the disbursement of over 2.4 billion naira in gratuities to retirees of the Ondo State Public Service for 2018 and 2019. The exercise held in Akure underscores the administration's commitment to improving the welfare of pensioners and clearing outstanding arrears. Our correspondent reports. The ceremony, which took place at the Cocoa Conference Center in Akure, marked a significant step by the state government to address long-standing gratuity backlogs and restore dignity to retired workers. Governor Aiyedatiwa described the payment as a moral obligation to honor the years of service rendered by retirees, noting that many had endured hardship due to delays in receiving their entitlements.
It is a demonstration of our administration's unwavering commitment to the welfare, dignity, and well-being of those who served our dear state diligently and meritoriously during their active years.
A breakdown of the disbursement shows that a total of 733 retirees are benefiting from the exercise, cutting across the mainstream civil service, teaching and non-teaching staff as well as parastatals. Some of the beneficiaries who had waited years for their entitlement expressed appreciation to the state government, describing the payment as a relief and a restoration of hope.
We shall be eternally grateful for you. We want to be grateful for you, and we will continue to pray for you. I couldn't believe such a thing, and it has never happened in the history of this Ondo state. For one to work and receive the bulk of money like this, and not that it is not a part payment, but payment in full, it is fantastic.
The Ondo State government says the disbursements will continue in phases as efforts are intensified to clear all outstanding gratuity areas and improve the welfare of senior citizens. In Akure, political analysts have expressed optimism that ongoing electoral reforms will have a significant impact on the credibility and outcome of Nigeria's 2027 general elections. According to them, the reforms are expected to strengthen transparency, boost voter confidence, and improve the overall process of result management. The analyst made these remarks during the week while speaking with NTA News on the recent electoral reforms signed into law by President Bola Tinubu and its impact on the 2027 general elections. Abiola Ario reports.
Following the 2023 general elections, attention has been drawn to key areas requiring improvement ahead of future polls. Among the reforms identified by political analysts is the introduction of downloadable voter cards, which would allow voters to access their permanent voter cards directly from INEC's website without unnecessary delays. There is also a revised voter identification process under which national ID cards and driver's licenses will no longer be considered valid for voting processes. Analysts note that if effectively implemented, these innovations could significantly boost voter participation and strengthen public trust in the electoral system.
The electronic transmission of results, of course, it will have the clear impact that people believe that if result sheets are transmitted from the polling unit direct, that it will protect the outcome from the likely manipulations that may happen at the various collation points further down the line. It will no longer be business as usual for people to decamp from political parties when they have failed to get tickets to run to any of the other parties that are available. That with these provisions, it will be difficult for you to see this kind of defections.
The new Electoral Act now has outlawed conduct of primary through delegates. So we now have two major methods that any political party in Nigeria today can use to elect their candidate. And those two are by consensus or by direct election of members.
A legal practitioner, Olusegun Akeredolu, says that while the reforms represent a step in the right direction toward ensuring free, fair, and credible elections, there is still a need to explore online voting as practiced in some developed countries. According to him, this would enable eligible citizens to vote regardless of their location.
This system of voting they also have in Europe, in America, for example, the one they call earlier voting. That is, those people that are going to perform one particular function or the other during the election day should have access or should have ability to vote beforehand.
As preparations gradually begin, stakeholders maintain that the success of the 2027 general elections will depend largely on the consistent implementation of these reforms and the collective commitment of all actors to a transparent and credible electoral process. In Akure, Abiola Ario, NTA News.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in collaboration with the Ondo State Emergency Management Agency, ODSEMA, in the course of the week distributed relief materials to victims affected by recent fire outbreaks and rainstorm disasters in Akure South and Akure North local government areas of Ondo State. Speaking during the distribution exercise, the Director General of NEMA, Zubaida Umar, reaffirmed the agency's commitment to providing timely humanitarian support to disaster-affected populations across the country. Abiola Ario reports.
Is Timileyin Ukotun, one of the victims of the heavy downpour that occurred earlier this year, and now a beneficiary of support from the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA.
This incident occurred around close to 10 p.m. to Oyemeku. So, and it damaged a lot of properties. So, and it baffled me to hear this thing that the government have mercy on us and they supply us with this item. So we are very grateful.
The Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, Zubaida Umar, who was represented at the event, said the intervention followed a comprehensive assessment of the affected communities where homes and businesses were damaged or destroyed, creating an urgent need for assistance.
The first thing we would say now is disaster is everybody's business. We have to watch out. We have to make sure that we carry out activities that would prevent disasters. We are approaching the rainy season already. Rain has even started, so we should desist from blocking the waterways, which of course leads to flooding. And we should ensure that we dispose our waste properly. This is one of the challenges we have in the state, which most times leads to flooding.
The agency is fully prepared to combat any form of emergencies or disaster that may arise as a result of the rainy season that is setting in. Part of our preparedness is, stocking the warehouse of Emergency Management Agency.
The beneficiaries like Timileyin expressed gratitude to NEMA and the Ondo State government for the support, noting that the assistance would go a long way in helping them rebuild their lives.
It's a privilege to be a partaker of this because it's not easy.
I appreciate NEMA and SEMA and the office of Deputy Governor, that God will continue to bless them, God will uplift them more, they will not lack.
Items distributed include bags of rice, beans, gari, groundnut oil, and seasonings. In Akure, Abiola Rio, Nta News.
Residents of Imafon in Akure North local government area of the state during the week benefited from a free medical outreach organized by the convener of the Nta Akure Mandate Group, Ayodeji Oluleye, as part of activities marking his birthday and the Easter celebration. The initiative provided essential healthcare services including eye screenings, diabetes checks, dental care, and the distribution of medical supplies. Our correspondent reports. The outreach attracted a large turnout of residents who took advantage of the free medical services aimed at improving access to basic health care in the community. Convener of the initiative, Ayodeji Oluleye, said the program reflects his commitment to community service, noting that more interventions will be introduced to support the well-being of residents.
Health is wealth, we say. A lot of these fathers and mothers cannot afford basic Medicare. And this is a great honor for me to be able to use my birthday to bring succor to them, to bring free health to them, free medication to them. They are going to be treating their teeth. A lot of people that have bad teeth, they are going to be replacing their teeth today. They are going to be scaling and polishing their mouth today. All free of charge, courtesy of Nta Akure Mandate Group.
Today we would be checking the blood pressure. We'll check the random blood glucose, and we would give adequate counseling.
The Olumafon of Imafon Kingdom, Oba Samuel Aliyu Adigbengbe, noted that the outreach is the first of its kind in the community and called on others to emulate the gesture.
It's a good development for the entire people of Egbatoro. This is the first of its own kind of doing such a thing here. So we are very happy for seeing such a thing here today. My advice to others to emulate him, to do what he has been doing, and God will continue to help him to do more. It's a very eloquent expression of love.
Some beneficiaries expressed gratitude, saying the program provided access to healthcare services they would otherwise find difficult to afford.
I have toothache and I went there, and what they gave me, the drugs are original drugs. the people, they are not second-hand medical practitioners.
It's a very good one, especially with the people of the community benefiting from this kind of initiative, the free glasses, the dental section, and the drugs for free. And even the sugar level is a good one.
Medical experts at the outreach also encourage residents to prioritize regular health checks, noting that early detection remains key to preventing serious health conditions. As the cost of healthcare continues to rise, residents and medical practitioners are advocating for expanded health insurance coverage beyond government workers, as well as increased subsidies for medical care. They made this known in Akure in the course of the week while speaking on the growing link between medical conditions and financial burden. Adebayo Jagede reports.
For many Nigerians, falling ill not only threatens their health, but also puts their financial survival at risk. Patients living with chronic conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, and kidney disease often require long-term treatment, frequent hospital visits, and continuous medication. This comes at significant cost, forcing some families to exhaust their savings or even sell valuable assets.
What we normally call ordinary malaria is no more ordinary. Before, it is cancer and those kind of things, kidney issues and the rest. But today, common malaria, headache, fever, they are now big challenges. It's expensive and is becoming highly unbearable.
Although health insurance schemes exist at both the federal and state levels for government workers, there is a growing need to expand coverage to accommodate a larger portion of the population.
Those state residents, we have an health insurance scheme that is affordable to residents of Ondo State. We have informal sector and formal sector. For the formal sector, it's just 3% of the gross salary, out of which government pays 1.8%. The formal sector was launched in December 2022. So 2 years after, the governor also launched the informal sector so that the majority of the residents of Ondo State will benefit.
A medical practitioner notes that late presentation of illness coupled with the high cost of drugs and diagnostic services further worsen the burden on patients.
If every citizen has health insurance, is going to ease financial burden, because it's not all that easy to pay out of pocket when you are sick.
The manufacturers here, mostly they get their active ingredients from the abroad now. So if there's a way where we can manufacture it here in Nigeria, I think that would be a better solution.
Stakeholders emphasize that easing this burden is essential, as a healthy nation is indeed a wealthy nation. In Akure, Adebayo Jagede, NTA News. The Nta project has not only generated income for a large number of youths, but has also boosted the mass production of poultry for industrial use. The chairman of the Food Commodity Association at the Ondo State Agri-Business Empowerment Center, Rotimi Akinshola, made this known during an assessment tour of the facility at Ishuada in our local government area of the state during the week. Oluwakemi Ademola reports.
This is the second phase of the Nta project, where about 500 youths are currently being trained in poultry farming, starting with day-old chickens. Participants are expected to spend 6 weeks at the facility with stipends provided by the state government.
Our experience has been good. We were taught how to brood, to rear broiler chicken, how to feed them, how to treat them, to use drugs for them. I'm hoping of coming back because my experience has been great here and I wish to come back and learn more. Then maybe from there I can have a poultry of my own.
We are putting all efforts on ground to make sure that all things work the way they should work. And we are happy to have a good management here, even the manager, the farm manager.
Resources recorded under the Nta initiative has repositioned the state towards food sufficiency and agro-industrial development.
This is mainly for training of young, middle-aged
men and women to get involved in poultry and to have a lesson in actually taking care of chicks. So they can get from here, after about 2 or 3 circles, they can now go on their own and be empowered. It's a benefit for the state.
Adiyero facilities are located across the 3 senatorial districts of the states. In Akure, Oluwakemi Ademola, NTA News.
Ondo Community Connect has commenced plans to install a 22 kV solar power system at the Nigerian Television Authority, Nta Akure. The coordinator of the group, Iretidola Ojekwa, made this known during an assessment visit to the station in the course of the week. Our correspondent reports that the initiative is powered by the Minister of Interior, Olubumi Tunji Ojo. Ondo Community Connect has continued to make its presence felt through impactful projects across communities in Ondo State. This time, the focus is on the Nigerian Television Authority, Nta Akure, with plans underway for the installation of a solar power system. Ondo Community Connect, led by the coordinator, Iretidola Ojekwa, says it is delighted to power the station with solar energy, emphasizing that steady electricity supply is crucial to effective broadcasting operations.
We can't quantify how much NTA has been part of our lives from decades back. And this is a time that if we're doing a project like this and NTA has a need as this, which they want us to meet, then there is no reason why we should not jump at it and do it.
Management of Nta Akure, led by the General Manager, Olubumi Oke, applauded the Minister of Interior, Olubumi Tunji Ojo, for the initiative, noting that it will improve work efficiency and enhance productivity.
It's going to cushion the effect of payments, the effect on diesel, the effect on petrol to power our equipment at the station. It's going to be a huge relief for the management and staff of Nta Akure. It's going to enhance our work performance. It's going to assist in so many ways. It's going to enhance productivity of the station.
The team assessed key areas for the installation, including the newsroom, editing suite, master control room, the studio, among other critical units.
To install 22 kVA solar inverter system supported by BTO Connect project initiative. This project is one of its kind. Its main aim is to ensure that there is a live broadcast here and to also leverage on the beautiful advantage of renewable energy.
The group also reiterated its commitment to the continued development of communities across the state. As the world marked the International Day of Zero Waste, it served as a reminder to individuals, communities and governments to adopt cleaner habits and protect the environment. Olajimoke Oladimeji reports that this year's theme focused on food waste, highlighting the urgent need to reduce the vast amount of food wasted globally.
The International Day of Zero Waste is observed every year on March 30th. The day was established to promote sustainable consumption and responsible waste management across the globe. Research shows that the country generates a staggering 32 million tons of waste annually, with only about 20 to 30% collected. Food waste accounts for nearly 50% of this figure, making it a major concern, especially as this year's focus is on reducing the growing volume of food waste. Experts emphasize the need for a collaborative approach from production to consumption to effectively tackle the challenge.
The government has put a lot of measures in places to ensure there is proper containerization of waste. The agency is responsible for the engagement of PSP. The PSP, they are the private sector participant in waste management sector. So the government has engaged them in joint hand with government effort to ensure this PSP will divide them, will distribute them into streets and towns, will place them in these zones to evacuate waste from the hinterland. So this will stop the residents to be indiscriminately disposing their waste. Government is doing a lot of advocacy enlightenment to tell people, residents, that they should not bring their waste to the public road or to the drainage so as to cause all these menace in waste management.
Stakeholders have recommended proper waste management practices such as recycling and reusing materials as key strategies for reducing food waste.
If we do not behave in a proactive manner and prevent all of these diseases by making sure our environment is clean, by making sure we do not mismanage our waste, by making sure that we do not dump refuse indiscriminately in waterways or places that we are not supposed to put them, we may bring back all these diseases that have been well controlled in the past. And we should try as much as possible to prevent illegal dumping of refuse, which may lead to outbreak of diseases, particularly cholera and waterborne diseases.
There should be a plan for waste disposal at whatever level, whether it's human waste or waste from animals, people do animal husbandry. It must be planned and structured. Our society isn't developed to that level where we do proper town planning and consider estate level sewage systems, but those are things we must be looking at right now, where we conserve space and we optimize the disposal of refuse. That's at individual levels, but also at local government levels. Local governments across the place must also put a lot more effort into whether it's private or government run waste disposal system must be effectively organized and must be maintained.
The day also serves to raise awareness that reducing, reusing and recycling can significantly cut greenhouse gas emissions and pollution. In Akure, Olajumoke Oladimeji, NTA News.
That's the size of our package for this week's edition of News Diary. Do join us again same time next week for another edition of News Diary. Many thanks for joining us and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
There is a place very close to you, a place easily accessible in a serene environment with adequate security. Ade Super Hotels Limited